with the car at all.
I also,
I have other things I'm gonna speak. Well, like, oh, yeah.
All right, let's get going. Thanks everybody for coming this morning. James, kick it off.
Morning, Lake Stevens Rotarians and guests.
Good morning.
Let's join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First,
Is it true?
second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will it build a friendship?
fourth,
Will
Be
be
beneficial to all concerned?
fifth.
Is it fun?
Excellent.
Bacon. All
All right, there we go. Mr. President.
right, thanks. Morning, everyone. Eileen is not here, so Gary, do you want to kick off with our inspiration?
I have an Eileen quote. Everybody listening?
No.
Yeah.
Too much chatter in the room.
Yeah, I see that. To inspire people, don't show them your superpowers, show them theirs.
All right, welcome visitors, Amy's got some visitors, but they're regular. Huh? Cliff, I'm coming to this other end. Cliff is still technically a visitor, but Cliff has his application in to become a member, so. We'll take care of that with board meeting.
Already given his classification talk too.
Yeah. 2 weeks in a row.
I do it again though, I'm pretty shy, introverted guy.
It's a pretty grueling, rigorous review process from the board, so.
Right. I'm already a fellow.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah, so, welcome again, Cliff. Our speaker today is gonna be our very own Bob Howe. Let's see here, birthdays, Tracy Delorme is on the 8th. Anniversaries, Don and Iverson and Evie Stern on the 8th. And Rotary anniversary, Sam Lowe, 12 years on the 13th. All right, some announcements. I will not be here next Friday or at the board meeting, so our extreme president-elect is gonna take over.
Emphasizing extreme.
Now Brian's gonna run it, so be on your best behavior.
Good, Brian.
He'll give me a report. What else? March 29th, again, announcer, it's our grant seminar. Need 2 people. Brian's probably has to be one of them, so.
Where is it?
It is at Silver Reef Casino in Ferndale. So it's the only one that's in the States. The rest are in Canada, so. March 29th,
It's a nice place,
yeah.
if you want to gamble too.
He's not a gambler, he's already told us that, so. What else do I got announcement wise? That's about it. Oh, I got working on Kendra on there, working on, I had a couple people reach out to me for speakers to come in, so. We'll try to schedule Mariah Lowe. So kind of state of the sewer district.
Okay.
Speech, and then, Treasurer Mike Pellicati, the new state treasurer, wants to come and talk to us, so.
Okay.
So we'll get those
No
scheduled.
ring money.
Huh?
No new tax.
Yeah.
Keep bringing money in.
No, I'm sure that's not the tone for this. I'm sure that's not the tone for this speech. It's,
So I thought we had a surplus.
Mariah Lowe
Yeah.
wants to come in and
Thanks,
talk
Anthony.
about this, do the state of the sewer district. What do you think? I said something
Oh,
different?
no, I didn't.
Oh, okay. James, remember that?
I've got to remember that.
Okay. Reports, treasury report.
We're in good shape. I reconciled the bank statements yesterday. We have 3 bank accounts. There's the club account, which is approximately 5,600, all in good order there. There's the foundation account, which is what all our money went into from our auction and so forth. And that's at about 55,000, and 25,000 of that is at least earmarked for scholarships. So we'll be talking about what else to do with our vast wealth. I attended the Zoom meeting.
Thank you for
with the
that.
district. It was about their accounting and bookkeeping, and they have a little trouble with their bookkeeping and have got behind, and it is all brought up to date and in good order. So we're in good shape as a club, and we're in good shape as a district.
Nice. Thank you,
End of report.
thank you.
Okay.
Gary,
Well, I hate to say that our next board meeting is March 19th, and we're gonna have a Texan running.
We're gonna have a hoot is what we're gonna have.
Yeah. You
I'm
got.
sorry, did you just say a who?
We said a hoot, that's exactly what
Okay,
it
I
is.
just want to make sure I heard
Oh,
that.
you heard me.
Okay.
You're bringing chili.
He's not
going to. We got wine in the car.
That's chili.
That's right, it's in here.
We're gonna have chili and beer at this meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
No beans. tell them.
Oh, are you giving the chili? Cool, okay.
I don't want any chili though, it's not a winner.
It is.
the moment when you lost control, Ron.
Yeah.
But we're having fun though, it's the fifth.
so now I know how the board meeting and next week's gonna go, so.
Chris, it depends on who's counting. the
Exactly,
ballots.
it's rigged.
Part of a winning.
I'm gonna fly somebody up from Texas and we do another one, they're gonna do the.
I know somebody who's been overseas that
He won't stop talking to me, so what day is?
And-
The board meeting?
Oh, boy.
Where was the
Sure, it's always at Sherwood.
always?
You know who was talking earlier about.
Well, it was, yeah, not always. Currently, it's always at Sherwood.
Okay, can I continue?
Yes.
You thought I was done. I'm just gonna keep reminding you that you can still register for the district conference in May. 3rd to 5th at the Layla. The district is looking for participants from each club to attend the RILA conference. It's a 4-day leadership conference, May 29th and June 1st. For 18 to 30-year-olds, and the cost is $525 to go. Usually the clubs put up funds for anybody that might be going. And then I got a email from Rotary International. Many of you may have got it, but they have a course titled Rotary's Action Plan and You, and it says research shows that clubs that have developed and followed a strategic plan are stronger than clubs that don't. Well, I don't know, they didn't count us in that club. We'll get a strategic plan going.
Yeah, Rotary has one that's just, it's kind of.
After the next year.
Yeah,
We're
no,
gonna,
we'll have it this year.
yeah, we're gonna, that's the thing that I'm gonna do. Is, we can ask them to come and help us with that too. They have a group that will come in,
Yep.
just sit down with us. So that's what we're gonna, we need to get on. Anyway.
Yeah. That's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Brian, keep talking, so you're up.
Exactly. I've got 87 executive orders that I'm gonna start with. So it's very clear where we're going with this. So, you know, but I've still gotta come up with a few more just little things, but, no, so the strategic plan, that was one of the things they talked about, and not that, I mean, I don't know, and this isn't any kind of a dig necessarily, I don't know that we've done one, because I.
We have, yeah.
Well, I don't remember the last.
You haven't
years,
been.
five-
It's
5
been-
years that I've been.
yeah,
It's been a long
It's,
time.
it's very common in nonprofits to have a
Right,
strategic plan that goes into a drawer.
yeah, well. It's taking long to have it, because with the background, as we all have seen it, is you get a president and they've got us going in that direction, then you drop down and get another president, and it would be nice to get us. And also on an even deal, but the whole club needs to participate in this. It can't be just the board, because the board's not the whole
Yeah,
club.
the
So-
Worcester team came
Yeah.
forward, that's been like over a decade ago.
Well,
so
right, it's time. So, so that was one of the things that I want to talk about. The other thing too is to start considering if you want to be on the board. If anybody wants to take somebody's position, even mine. Just let me know. Yeah, but, no, so the new board, if you want to get involved, I will tell you honestly, if I wasn't on the board, I wouldn't be anywhere near as involved as I am. This past couple, just honestly, since I was on the board, I would have just been, I would be somebody you rarely see here probably, because I would make other things a priority. So if you haven't been on the board in a while, maybe it's time. If you've never been on board, it's definitely time. So, just let me know and then we can do an election and vote people in.
I'd like to say that we're,
Be the treasurer.
That's the best one.
That's-
yeah, I'd like to say that we're doing good, but it's new blood as well. I mean, we need different people on the board. It's great. I mean, we need,
Commit to a board, what, is there like a step down? Like, what would?
Committee chair.
committees.
Committee chair.
That's what we.
Yeah. Yeah, committees.
Uh-oh.
Cool,
Yeah.
so board, committee chair, committee.
Member.
But I think you can commit to a board.
Pardon?
I think you could commit to a board.
I was asking for a friend.
Oh.
And we're telling that, Brent.
Thanks.
$5,000 commitment.
Yeah.
Gary, anything else? Good, or-
The only thing is. if-
oh, no, it's Brian's talk, sorry.
If you haven't been past Chapel Hill, to see the activities going on for the new
Library,
library.
yeah.
I did take some photos last night and I put them on on our website. They're, the lower part of the, last week's program, Friends of the Library. I went in and described the fact that they're really going. I was trying to do it yesterday morning. And they had one lane of traffic, and it was so busy that there was no way that I was gonna be able to take any photos, so I waited until everybody left. They're digging, it's going, so
Did you bookmark those on the website?
I did.
Okay, now back to Brian. Do you have anything else?
No, yeah, no, I'm done.
Okay, sorry. Eileen's not here, club services. Rochelle's not here. Foundation, we're gonna hear from Bob in a bit. Chris is not here for international membership. Kel,
Cliff,
Cliff, yep, that
I
Cliff,
mean, need I say more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
your membership application is in the hands of.
Membership.
The powers that be.
Powers that be.
Remember, when you're out and about and see or talk to or know somebody that could potentially be a great addition to our club, reach out to them and we would love to have them.
That's not what he's saying.
Thank you. Vocational,
Just one quick announcement, May 16th will be our leadership or our scholarship breakfast.
Okay.
So I would, got that on the calendar, we'll talk about if we want to have it in this room, it's worked well in the past.
Okay.
But we'll have to reserve both
both
sides
sides.
and maybe a little bit longer time, so.
Yeah, you can celebrate my birthday too that day.
Okay.
Just to let you know,
That is your birthday.
Horace.
All right, Kendra on, no, Kendra's not on, but yeah, we have some, couple of those speakers lined up, hopefully. I had Kendra reach out to them. Rand,
So I've been tied up with not doing, I don't have a report for our club, but I'm gonna put in a pitch for the district. We have two problems with the district conference. One is the Canadian exchange rate is now 45%. So for Canadians to come down here to go to the district conference, it's become terribly expensive.
Yeah.
The second thing is in the turmoil that we're living in right now, Canadians are mad at us. So we've had about half of the registrants from Canada for the district conference back out. So we really do need people to register for the district conference and come. It would really help the district. I think we're committed to 300 hotel room nights and we've only booked 70. And if you're in the conference business, you know that if we don't book the rest of those nights, the district is gonna have to pay for all of those hotel rooms. So it really is a time to try and step up and help the district and show up to the conference if you can. I know it's expensive, but if you can.
It just needs to be the 51st state, that's all fixed.
No, that's.
I work for Canadian.
I mentioned
It's an interesting week, bro. Like,
Yeah, I mentioned somebody in our company in Canada. She does not think very highly of the US government.
Yeah, it's been
It's very interesting.
The dig too deep. I feel like last time Brett made the comment, like, is it like build goodwill and better friendships? Is there an opportunity for Rotarians to come together more, even though we're in this?
Right.
this?
Read the next issue of the Peace Arts Journal coming out in a few hours.
That's a great question, Amy. I reached out to Al Jubitz, who is, runs like the peacemaking function for Rotary International. And kind of told him the situation and asked him for some counsel.
Yeah.
How do you be a positive leader in this situation and try and bring people together? Because I'm a little stuck by it.
Yeah.
I thought that as Rotarians, we would write, friendships and service transcend politics. I don't have an answer.
I don't think it's politics though, man. I think it's money. The exchange rate is so bad and things are so tight and difficult. I wouldn't spend that kind of money to go down something.
Well, the ministry and the Prime Minister of Canada asked people not to come to America. So it is political.
Right, they had Justin Trudeau was out, all the other political stuff aside, financially, it's so difficult.
Oh, yeah, 45% exchange rate just for two people to go to the conference. You're over $1,000 just for tickets.
Yeah.
And you haven't paid for your hotel room or any entertainment or gambling yet, right? So it's a,
For their tickets already, it's 45 days.
well, they're getting refunds, which even hurts the district even more because we're getting money back that we can't afford to get back.
Right, and
So
that's the, but
they've talked about it and I think they decided against it. It's a good idea, but I think they decided against it. So if half of the people are upset, you don't want to make the other half upset by compensate. Yeah, so it's tough right now. It'll get better. We've been here before.
Some clubs are, paying for half of the registration for the members that go. Not all, a lot of them.
Well, when we sponsored the conference, our club gave $2,000 sponsorship to the conference.
But if we can go back to that initial premise of it being expensive because the cost of the conference, they already paid. They're now asking for refunds. And along with that, the only thing they had to do is either fly, which tickets were already paid for, unless they were careless. And hotel is the only thing that I have to pay for a day of.
Yeah, for the weekend, right?
Right, that's not that much. That is people being tools. And I'm just calling spade a spade. Because I understand people saying that, and it takes it kind of blunts the edge of the cancellations, but fact of the matter is, the only thing that was up in the air was their hotel, because you pay when you're there. It's not an expensive hotel.
What is it? What is it?
Yeah.
195 a night is what
209.
like 195, which is actually about half what they usually charge. That is a good rate.
Yeah, I mean, that's not that much.
It's probably $500 for 2 nights.
Well, when you say it's not that much, remember, that's a matter of perspective. From your perspective, it's not that much.
What I'm saying is, so it would be an increase of how much?
45%.
45% on a $103 room night?
$200. So $400, 3.5%.
Okay, we gotta get going to get Bob Bob time, so you have anything else?
That's it. That's all.
Okay,
Thanks.
all right.
They're
A couple things real quick before we have our speaker. So the board, we made this honorary members plaque that'll be somewhere up at our meetings. So we have 4 members that are on there: Terry Spencer, Jim Hagan, Lauren Hole, and Joyce Bell. So this will be up at every meeting Just gotta find a place to
Nice.
put that, so.
Very nice.
Hang on.
get me out of
Okay, ready for your glamour shot?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
there. Do my Zoolander.
Zoolander.
Um.
If you get the Zoolander, I'll know.
And then, Victor, you wanna come up here one more time? I don't see, is Robert here? Robert's not
No.
here.
He's not.
We gave you your badge last week, but, we didn't have your certificate yet, so.
Thank you very much.
Membership certificate.
Okay.
The packet.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Glamour shot.
shot.
Ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, and then we have Robert packet when he's here, so up there. All right, James.
Youths are leaving.
The youth,
Hi, you.
the two youths.
Oh, I didn't see you come in.
Yes, I did.
I'll have our member to be pick the red ticket, read the last 3 numbers out loud.
I couldn't read them. You know, I don't care about it.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't see.
Hey, it's mine.
We're right here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't see the numbers, so I had to, he has his on though, it'll be less invasive. Yeah.
217. Okay, let me redraw.
Yeah, I've never,
It's your fault, Angela.
never,
No, I'll take it.
never, ever.
What is the number?
217. 217? I know. Oh,
You have such a.
It's like I was looking at the
I love
number,
it.
but they're not.
It's like my.
People tell me that all the time.
I thought you were, are you dyslexic? It's 271?
Yeah.
There we go.
I was here when you can keep it up.
No.
Oh, I didn't.
No,
All right.
I go to the casino.
Good morning, everybody. Everybody have their badge on? Badge.
I'll go ahead and pay a fine for someone.
So let's see, is it the truth? That's a fine.
Oh, shoot.
Is it fair to all concerned?
Yeah, badge. You have your badge? No, I'm ordering a new one. How much is a badge cost?
$1.
Would you like to donate?
$1,000.
Well, I'm gonna get $20 plus 40%. Never leave money out. Hi, you have your badge?
No, yes, of course I'm here, but I was also late.
And I'm sure you had a reason.
Yeah,
Okay. Good deal.
I did.
All right. Good morning, folks.
No, I saw it at work.
I see Gina is still waving. That's good. All right. Let's see, what else? Oh, we have a fine or 2 or 3. All right. Maybe you guys shouldn't sit together.
What's the 5th? Is it fun? We have fun.
There you go. Okay, I'll accept that.
Depends on the day.
What's up, dude? Fast.
All right, let's do Happy Bucks since I'm here.
Just happy to be here. Happy it's Friday.
Excellent.
So much fun. I am really excited. It's the YMCA's community campaign season. The YMCA is a gym that has a pool that you can swim in. Also offers so many other programs for youth and teens. You guys saw that Sam was here a few weeks back, and literally the funds raised supports everything that he does. So, teaching them about legislation, having a safe place for teens to go, specific leadership, camps. So the YMCA was a place where I went after, I had Jordan and Grace, and I suffered from postpartum depression, super depressed. I was also suicidal. And it was such a good place to show up and to be around other people, that then invited me into their circles and offered me opportunities to volunteer. And, it really changed the trajectory of my life. And here I am today with a lot more confidence and able to be around you amazing people. So, my personal goal is just to get people through the doors of the YMCA, because I know that the people there inside will help take care of them in whatever stage of life they're in. So the YMCA is trying to raise
millions of dollars, but specifically, at the Everett YMCA, 215,000. So I'm gonna show my dedication to their cause, to get more people through the door by riding on an indoor bike for 13 hours consecutively this year. I've done it a few other times, and I'm so excited to be supported by Chris Jacobson. He started out as a donor. He's shown up at the YMCA on a consistent basis, and now he's joining the team also. I don't know how long you're riding, Chris, multiple hours, different times?
Morning, and then I gotta go to downtown Seattle, then I'll finish up in the afternoon, evening, so probably about 6 hours, I think, probably by the time it's said and done.
Crazy, so
I can't
good.
do 13.
And what do you think?
Yeah, I work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta walk the next day.
Okay.
That's good.
I'll
Oh, it's
pass it around if you guys want to see on the card, the QR code, and keep us. That was a long, happy buck.
That's good. It's a good habit.
Pretty compensated.
Yes, I shall as well. I'm happy that I can be here because I'm sorry I'm late, so I don't see the bug for that, but I guess I need to leave super early because I thought I left early today and I get behind those darn school buses. I'm happy the kids are going to school and all that and everything else. It's just like I can get on like dang. Leave early enough again. And happy that I did movie night for Amy. She didn't know what a ute was.
Oh.
I guarantee you, they don't know what a ute is, do they? She goes, I don't know what
My
a
cousin
ute is. Like, the ute, I was like, oh.
The two youths.
The two youths.
Oh my gosh.
A youth.
The two.
When you're from New York, you talk.
My cousin from
I'm just happy it's Friday, looking
Good.
forward to the weekend.
Mr. Vice President,
I'm happy my wife came back from Texas unscathed, having to deal with her father. And it's amazing too, to the women in this room. It's amazing how much men lean on you and don't admit it probably. Because honestly, not having my wife there, I decided I'm gonna go get me a junkyard dog that I can just walk in and just give a kick to, because I have my wife takes so much verbal from me, like just to hear me out. And it has to just weigh on her. And I missed being able to call my wife, or talk to her when I got home, so I'd call her, and I realized that that's just so much. You ever play a game, the felt board that has the circles on it, you throw the little balls and it sticks to it?
Yeah.
You guys are the felt. And we're throwing constant stuff at you guys. It's just amazing. It was an epiphany I had that's just, oh, it's incredible. So my happy bucks goes to my wife.
My HR hairs were starting to stand up when he started talking, and I'm like. He pulled it together.
Every time he's on.
Texas didn't start choking out. And I think, well,
You need to choke your passions up, you know?
All right.
Strong enough.
Good morning. Yeah.
I've been dumbfounded my bank. I didn't realize how much junk I had in my house. And my kitchen, I cleared all the dishes out, and only kept 4 of each.
So those people that show up at our house, more than 4, you eat with your fingers.
You bring them a plate.
All right, I can agree with Brian on leaning on your wife. When we went up to buy the new car, I thought I was gonna do the negotiating. And she told the guy, what do you want for your car? And she says 10,000. He said, well, I don't think that. I said, well, I want 10,000. We didn't get it, but we got 92 or something like that. And then she kept on negotiating, so I just stayed out of it. And just a reminder, 10 days from today is St. Patrick's Day.
Gary, she did the negotiating, because she knows you bought that red car out there.
You're off. I just put an engine in it too. Yeah.
Just sit back and look at it. Yes, there you
And
go.
if that car costs me any more, Brostens is paying for my funeral.
Rand.
I'd like to thank everybody for the card. 2 weeks ago, my mom fell in the middle of the night in our home, spent the night on the floor because she wasn't wearing her buzzer. And broke a collarbone, broke 3 ribs. Got her to the hospital. It was a traumatic event because her blood pressure crashed. So it's very alarming to see that kind of thing going on to your mom. And we're now in this phase where I'm the adult and she's the child, but she's back home and she's getting PT and care at home, and it's all gonna be fun.
Is she local, Rand?
I'm sorry?
Is she local?
Yes, she lives with us.
Oh, okay, okay.
Very local.
Yeah.
Very local.
All right. Good deal. Christine?
Happy it's Friday, it's massage day, yay, and it would have been Greg's 54th birthday today. So sad, but
Rob?
Happy it's Friday, happy it's sunny, and I'll just say, yeah, some of us really all feel that we think of our husbands the same way, viewing on your box or whatever.
All right, so thank you, Amy, for the why. That's great. Thank you. We got a couple new members at our little investment club, Junkyard Jeff and Rochelle. So we finally have a woman in the group, which is very exciting. And then I want to thank Rotary. I got a call last week that you guys are sponsoring the Big Ass TV that we lovingly call it that Rand has. So we are super excited about that. We're working through some power issues, I think, right now, but it's gonna be great. Hopefully additional revenue stream for Rotary. We're looking at doing some advertising on that screen, so it'll be a little bit better, and trying to work with the local school district to get some kids to be our roving reporters, and so, yeah, super excited. And then still trying to figure out the movie that's gonna be on that TV versus a little blow up thing that we've done in the past.
My cousin Vinny.
Yep.
There you go.
Interestingly enough, a lot of people are talking to Sandlot, which I think. And then one last thing that I have to say, it's good and bad. It's awesome, but super frustrating. The city is going to approve the liquor for the Festival of Trees, but they raised those damn prices so freaking much for an organization that is giving back to the community. They're stealing $4,000 from us, and that just really frustrates me that the city is doing. So outside of that,
for liquor,
they got the booze. No, they're charging like $4,000 for us to rent that place.
rent the mill.
Yes,
For-
and
is
everything that we
today?
raise goes back to this community, every dollar. And
You're
they're,
preaching to the choir, dude.
yeah, I'm so frustrated.
They won't do any part as in kind.
Nope,
Is that 2 or 3 nights?
it's 3 nights. It's like $1,500 a night.
I think it's 4,200.
4,200, which is the reduced cost,
Yeah.
but that's for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But we have to have it for that long, even though the
It's
event is
ridiculous.
Friday.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
So you said some power issues for the TV?
Oh, we need 50 amps, I think,
So
for Rand's TV. We only got about.
Instead of cycling on Monday, you wait till. You guys can-
Power the sign.
You may need a tandem.
Or
bike.
do both.
Yeah.
Do both. Mr. President.
Happy 5, get the grandbaby today, and, my grandbaby Friday, and then, looking forward to hearing what Bob's got to say.
Connor's here.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Remember to set your clocks forward on Saturday.
Oh, yes. Lose an hour or
Last
three.
time ever.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right, Mr. Iverson, bring some warm weather back when you come back.
Well, the funny thing is it's actually drizzly this morning here. It's the first time since we've been here, but it looks like it might be sunny over there or up there. So we're happy as a clam. It's washing some dust away.
It's not sunny.
No.
Okay.
Daniel.
It's probably wetter here.
Yeah, there you go. Morning,
Good
Daniel.
morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy today because I have some friends from Alaska coming over this weekend. They picked up a new Alaska fishing boat down in southern Washington, and so maybe we'll go take it out for a spin this weekend.
Hello. So I have a sad dollar. I'm sure you guys know Karen Wolf passed away, Gary Wolf's wife. But I spent a lot of time in Legion Auxiliary with her over the years. And she's a big member of Kiwanis, of course, that we love. And so I have a sad dollar. So that's a big thing for our community to lose her and her thousands of community hours that she's donated to our town. And a happy dollar because I'm happy it's Friday. And I'm a Venmo. I'm Venmo.
Maybe even lower as we got.
Oh, yeah. Happy Friday. Just
ditto what Brian said, very, very important and, it's huge because, women are leaders. So, thank you.
Why you not at work today, Don?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad you're here.
I'm happy that it's Friday. I'm happy that for about the last 5 meetings, I've been able to drive in to the club in bright sunlight. And next Friday, it's
Get
dark
better.
again.
Yeah.
Good. So, That's a
For a
fun.
week or two.
Yeah.
All right.
I am happy that tomorrow night I get to sit in the second row to see my favorite band in the entire world.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I know, right? Good guess, but no.
Eagles.
No, good guess also, good guess, no.
Cure.
Good.
Jelly
no.
roll.
Larswell.
Nope.
Sticks.
Sticks is right. Sticks, tomorrow night, second row.
Where is it?
It's down in, Emerald Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm happy.
Dicks.
Yeah, I think it's my 16th.
Good morning. You gotta pay more happy bucks if you're keeping the floor.
Where do you go?
I'm happy. I had my John Deere tractor delivered this week and I'm moving more dirt today. So when a client meeting cancels, I just get to go out and jump on the tractor and move
He
stuff
gets a
around.
cancellation
Makes me very
notice,
happy.
goes,
Yeah, exactly. Like, client cancellations used to be inefficient. Now they're fun. I do not yet, but one of my employees has an umbrella in their ranch for a John Deere.
They didn't give you a green.
I know.
Add my support to wives and partners, very important. And April 5th, Sherwood Gala, Eileen gave us an update, about 70 tickets left. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, please register.
I have mine.
All right? All right.
Mine.
Lori, April 5th.
So, in my world, there's 2 seasons. There's quilting season and there's gardening season. And we're
That is great.
just about ready to move over, and so I am quilting as fast as my movement will go. Because I had to go outside and clean the garden yesterday.
I love you so much.
Yeah, it's the best happy box. Yeah.
So I echo what Brian said and others as well. It's wonderful to have supportive wives and be support for us. And I missed the last couple of weeks because of work, so here we go.
Thanks, Jess.
Or school buses.
All right, thanks, everybody. So without further ado,
You ready?
Mr. Bob Howe. If I can have people help clean, I have to leave right at 8:30, so people can help clean up after. All right, so
You're gonna wait till I'm ready, right? And then you're gonna do that thing?
no, I'm just gonna talk a bit so you can.
Okay. All right.
Because I.
Well, thank you all. It's pretty funny. My first Rotary meeting ever, my friend, I was gonna go to Kenya, and my friend said, you should join Rotary. And that way, when you go over there, you'll have some friends over there. And so my knowledge of Rotary at that time was kind of came from the Flintstones. It was like, you know, the fuzzy hats and the handshakes and the Grand Poobah or whatever it was. And so I went, my second meeting was in Kenya a couple weeks later. And it was pathetic. So I didn't know anything. I've been to all these meetings for like 2 years, and then I had agreed to be president. So I went to PETS, they called it at that time. And that's where I really found out about Rotary. And I know there's a lot of people here that have been to PETS. There's probably quite a few that have not. I've seen that haven't done it. So I thought I would just kind of share some of the things about Rotary leading up to the Rotary Foundation, and which is my primary reason for being here. So we don't have enough time, but I'm gonna have to try to ask for a follow-up meeting. I'm gonna speak a lot less about the foundation, tell some jokes. So
You can sound presenter both.
okay. So. And then I need this thing.
Yeah, you can have the clicker.
So, I mean, the first thing is, I mean, I've been to a lot of meetings here and I've never heard anybody mention the 5 avenues of service, which are club, community, international, youth, vocational. The club is the entity. It's not like, there's 32,000 clubs in Rotary, so there's a lot of them. Kind of a generic discussion about how this structure works, but at least in the United States, this would be very common structure. We've got our Rotary Club,
This is where I would call it the camaraderie, the goodwill and friendships comes into play. We get money from the dues and the happy bucks that are here, and then we spend money for like this venue, and we got a storage thing. And we pay dues to district, we pay dues to the Rotary International. And then we have our fireside, we call them, our get-togethers. So we have Dawn's wonderful wine party he had, we had that mystery dinner, we had the Valentine's Day thing.
A martini.
Yeah, yeah, so this is a not-for-profit, so you can imagine, I don't know if any of you work with the IRS, but they're not really interested in giving you a tax deduction. Or like Brian to go get hammered at, Don's wine party. They should. So out of all this, we're paying all these things that are not really things the IRS, they realize they're not making any profit. Over here, this is where we have our primary 4 avenues of service. It's a 501c3, so the money that goes in there, that's all tax deductible. It is squeaky clean because we push all the stuff over there. So this is where the service above self comes into play, the charitable activities, program services, if you're an IRS kind of guy like me. And 95% or so of the funds that go into our Stevens Rotary Foundation, they go right to these activities. And even that 5% or so, that's like bank fees and, filing fees, and it's really related to those activities. So, community, like probably most of you join this club because you want to be participants in the community. So we've got like, the food bank, we've got Mary's Place, we've got the Creative Center, we've got all kinds of these community things. They all fall into that category. International here, we have Honduras, it's in my club that I worked before. We had Kenya, Nepal, India. We did stuff all around the world through our club. Youth, that's going to be primarily scholarships. And vocation, we do some vocational things, but again, this is worldwide. Anything, it could be a job fair, it could be training for any kind of position. RILA is another one, kind of goes using youth, that's the Rotary Youth Leadership Academy, fantastic thing. Where they train their young people how to become leaders. It's an amazing program there. So we have 50 members here, and like I say, we pay all our costs there. So the next kind of level is district. Ours is district 50/50. There's about 2,700 members there, 50 clubs. Again, it's a nonprofit. They get dues from our clubs and the other 49 clubs in District 50/50. About most of that money goes to, again, fund their costs. They put funds into their, I don't know what they officially call it, but it's their grant fund that they have at the district level. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But this sort of camaraderie at, kind of a regional level, and we're really special, I think, because we have regional, not only, the Northwest here, but we have Canada. So it's a little bigger group of people, like I say, and they have same thing. They'll have a 501c3 there. We could talk about it. They get their revenue from our dues that we send them, and they get a big chunk of money from the Rotary Foundation, which we'll again talk about a little bit later. Again, because they run all their expenses through there. Most of the money they coming in here, it's all going to programs, and most of those programs are really come down back to the clubs. So now we get to the top level of this whole thing. So Rotary International, which typically call RI. Again, they have the same thing. They get a bunch of money from club dues. They probably get money from other places, but again, this is camaraderie at an international level. I mean, there's 1.3 million members plus or minus, 32,000 clubs around the country, 500 districts, 200 different countries. So that's quite an organization. You can just imagine what it costs to operate that kind of facility. So as a club, we typically pay $125. It used to be, maybe it's $150 for a club. $100 of that will go to RI to run this organization. The other $50 goes into the Rotary Foundation. And so again, this is an amazing organization, and that's primarily why I'm here to talk today. They have $1.5 billion in assets, $450 million average budget for their programs. About $100 and some million goes for polio. I don't know if any of you know about the polio program, but it's awesome. And because of Rotary, it's a great relationship with the Gates Foundation. We put in, say, $150 million. The Gates Foundation will match it 2 to 1. So now all of a sudden you got $450 million. Over the years, I don't know what the official count is now, but at one point, they'd given out over 2 billion doses of polio vaccines to children around the world. The number of polio cases now is under 100. It's been under 100 for a while. It bounces up. I mean, it's down to almost single digits. It was really, really low. 3 countries, same 3 countries all the time. It's Nigeria, Pakistan, Afghanistan. One of them officially got off the list, and I just can't remember which one it is.
Nigeria.
He got off.
Sudan took Nigeria's place.
Oh, so we, another one stepped up. You could just, I mean, there's a lot of political things going on there as well. I mean, some of those countries think that it's an American program to sterilize young kids, and so you have to deal with that. Fortunately, we do have 32,000 clubs that are in all these countries, and we have these clubs that are speaking up and saying, no, this is a charitable organization. We have no political or religious or any other agenda other than helping people. So we're able to get into countries that frankly, the United States or many other governments can't even get into because there's too much going on. So that's what's amazing about Rotary is our ability to get into all of these countries and do good work for them. And just from a humanitarian perspective. So I'm a huge fan of this. Then you have, so $100 and some odd million goes to polio. You've got about, oh, I got a different slide, but a lot of that money goes into that they get from their source of revenue are the dues we pay, like I said, about $50 a person. Member comes in, so $50 times 1.3 million people, that's like $65 million there. They get earnings off of their 1.5, and that's like $100 million. They think that's to that. Every Rotarian every year, they're shooting for another $100 a person. That's $130 million they get there. And then they get other donations. That's how they get to this kind of number. They end up taking about $150 million collectively. They keep half of it to do donate. They do grants at the foundation level here. The other 75 million goes back to the district. So a bunch of that goes back. Our district probably, on average, a district's gonna get, $150,000 a year to do that. So why the every Rotarian every year? This is our goal, get everybody to do it. Primarily, you got 96% of your money is going directly to charitable elections. $55 million is coming back and going to 500 districts. We're gonna get 110,000 of that roughly for district 50, and then we got club dues going in. So our district has 150,000, sorry, dollars a year, which they then give out to for club projects. Who just went and did the grant writing thing? Did somebody go, or they're going pretty soon? Yeah, you have to, everybody has to send a representative every year so they can go and figure out how to write grants. So here's the part, I know, I'm surprised that all you people showed up because I'm a numbers guy and I kind of geek out when I see all this stuff. This is something you did at my last club, and I think it gives you a good example of how you could leverage this every Rotarian every year, the district to do that. So let's just imagine that the Lake Stevens Club said, we want to do a $10,000 project for the new library. We go, but we've got $5,000. So we take our 5,000, we get 4 other clubs. We get them to put $1,000 each into ours. We put 1,000. We go to district, we get a $5,000 grant. Now we've got our 5,000. They get us 10,000 for the library instead of 5. Plus, we've now participated in 4 other clubs, projects just like this. And so if you look at it and you're like, oh, our 5,000 turned into 10, we got another $1,000 each. So now we got credit for like $14,000. We can get like $18,000, $20,000 worth of benefit from just the $5,000. So I know our club has said, well, I think I heard somebody say last week or something that we haven't done a grant in a while. this is the benefit of the grants, is you can really leverage it up. This case, you'll be participating in 5 different projects. We only have to write 1 grant. I got an example of a club here. They said, oh, we don't want to write any grants. They were gonna spend $10,000. They got 4,000 from us. They only spent 10, but they got money to participate with all the others. This is a way, so hopefully, Brian, I'm gonna try to get you in the next year to do something like this. Pick a project that you're really excited about, get us going. Get some other clubs we can deal with, Everett, Arlington, Surrey, Abbotsford, whatever we want to do. It's a really easy sell. When you go to district and you want to get a grant, you've got 5 different clubs participating, they love it. We're obviously going to put together a request that's something that's really exciting. They want to do something exciting. And then if what we're shooting for in every Rotarian every year is we're trying to get $25 minimum for every member, $100 average. Last year, we were super close. Jack and I, we put in like $200 each extras, we're probably $400 short. So that's probably mostly 16 people that didn't get around to writing a check for $25. We wrote the check. If you get this $100 average, $25 minimum, again, you get this little special statuses every Rotarian every year. They're looking at grants. I mean, they look at a lot of things, but they do pay attention to that. And when you get money being sent from the foundation back to district, the more clubs that are satisfying every year, every Rotarian every year, you get more money from the foundation. So it's a huge benefit. I'm gonna guarantee that we're gonna meet this requirement. I want to get everybody to pay $25. There's a lot of people that aren't at this meeting, they're not on the Zoom. If you could help get that, I'll buy anybody here. I'll buy a cocktail at LJ's or, Francisco's, just help me get the $25 from everybody. I think for the most part, it's just getting money.
Bob, can we publish a list?
What?
Can we publish a list?
I'm gonna come up with that, so I'm gonna try to get one more thing as we get closer to the deadline. It's June 30th, is the deadline to meet it. And I'm gonna find out where we are, who's missing. I'm gonna reach out to people and ask you to please try to get $25 from them.
I locked the door.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, so,
Who's Paul Harris
So-
pulled into this? Because I believe in the past we've hit that because so many of us donate to Paul Harris on top of our dues. So that kind of counted as every.
the Paul
Rotarian.
Harris, if you do, you could who was it with last? Oh, it was Tracy said, she signed up for that. I'm sure Lori knows how to get people signed up to get automatic, monthly donations to the Rotary Foundation. Every dollar you put in, not only do we get this benefit, but you personally get credit in the Paul Harris. Every $1,000 you get a special kind of award. You get so many things on your little pin. And then, more and more they have different, somebody else probably knows better. At some point you get a ruby, little thing on your thing, and you probably get another one after that, but.
Or extra $50 that we pay, those counts.
Yes, and then.
The money that counts, right? So when I pay my 50,
$50,
that is all could be credited to somebody else. It's 25 and 25 to me.
No, we're just gonna take your $50 and give you credit.
They
We're
want
gonna get
every
it, I can
Rotarian
say,
to But as far, yeah.
if we're short, we were short $400, that's like 16 people, It cost me 200, it costs Jack $200. We felt good about it. I love this organization. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid after going to pets. I just like the 4-way test for me. Oh, sorry. I have found that if I apply that to my business questions, my personal questions, if I can say yes to every one of those, it's probably not a bad idea. And I'm never going to be sorry that I did that. And of course, the first one is always the tricky one. Is it the truth? I'm sure you hear the truth, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. There's not 3 truths. There's just the one here, is it the truth? And you do live with that. I remember a friend once called me. It's not a proud moment for me, but he kind of called me on the truth thing. And I said, you know, I gotta stop just talking it. I'm gonna actually live it. And I'm gonna tell you, my life just took off after that. I started making so much money and I just realized I'm just gonna work with and associate with people, like people in this room that have integrity. I can trust them. They're so much fun. The rest of the people, you know, I pray for them. I do all that, but you know, they're not who I spend all my time with. People in this Rotary is amazing. I found that such a huge percentage of them are just fantastic people. The different clubs, district, I haven't been to an international conference, but the district conference that I've been to, they've been amazing, fantastic speakers and just great people. So that's kind of my thing here. Like I said, I'm gonna give an update. As we get closer, I'm gonna reach out to people, because I don't know everybody here. I know the people that are here frequently, but there's 50 of us and there's like 20 that don't come here very often, and I don't know them very well, so I know you guys know. I know you know them all probably, right? Yeah,
Okay, so one more question
Yeah.
before your time's up. So Paul Harris,
yeah.
when we do pay that money with our dues, does that go to the Rotary International RI Foundation? Is that?
Like not
And it's just
the,
kind of melded, or is there a whole separate Paul Harris Foundation?
so there's no, the Harris thing is part of this. So if you, when you pay your dues, what portion of our due, like,
50.
it's $50 and it's 200, what's the addition?
And $50 Paul Harris, which goes to Rotary International.
Semi-annually.
It goes to the Rotary Fund.
Yeah.
So it does, so it is part of that big budget.
It is part of that big budget, yes.
So in summary, $200 will cover us. We'll be in good standing if we give $200 twice a year.
Yes,
Okay.
you will have your $100 back.
Great.
So we're gonna get a whole bunch
Yeah,
of
just
people
pay it
like
with your
that.
dues.
It's just
On
easy to
top.
just
Yeah.
do that.
Easy, yeah.
Thank you.
Other people do more than that. They do the every month thing and they do more. I think, Ron, you said you do more, right? You do more just by doing the monthly thing.
I do both.
Yeah, he's awesome. He helps us get us up there. Yep.
I still.
We had a member for years and years would pay a little extra every time he walked in the door for that TRF donation.
It's interesting
That's
too,
how
when
his
you,
budget worked.
when you look at the 50 clubs in our district. I saw one year, it was a couple years ago, we were like $103. That was made us 19th. The top club was $450 a member. And all of, like, out of the top 10, almost all of them were Canadian. The Canadians were all at the top. A lot of different clubs. It's more prestigious around the world to be in it. I don't know if Canada is that kind of thing, but when you go to some of the poorer countries, it's very, you know, that you're expected to throw some money into this thing. So, yeah.
I was gonna just comment about the Paul Harris pins. So when you've accumulated $1,000 that you've given to Rotary International through the Paul Harris donation, then you get one of these wonderful pins. And then when you give another $1,000, then you get a little stone, colored stone in it.
Sapphire.
Is it the sapphire? And I was just looking because my dad gave me his pin at one point, but I don't have it on here, but yeah, you know, every $1,000 you get another little
Right.
stone and boy, his pin sparkles.
It helps when you're 90 years old and been doing it for 60 years. Yeah,
If I lose my badge again, but I have those pins.
It's a
then
special pin
will they
like
re-up
this one.
them? Will they reissue a pin
Yeah, I don't know about
for a
that.
good donor?
Maybe.
$1,000 for all.
$1,000.
Paul, if you get there, you won't prove it. It probably become more of a, oh, where'd that go? Right there.
But
Well, they get
$2,000
bigger too. I've seen a district where you'll get the pin and then they have things hanging off the pin.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like the Jubies.
Yeah, that's
You see
because
them,
they-
like those guys are like military.
That's
because
because
they're
they're
not
not
all
special
their
funds
letters.
that they can donate out of. They're like given through their will, they're a benefactor.
Yes.
Pretty cool. It's super cool. All right, proceed, Bob.
I don't know, are there any other questions? Hopefully learned a little bit about Rotary. The avenues of service, four-way test, our motto, service above self. Those are things that,
So you said you were gonna work on those, just on this, you know, for the members,
some of the members might want to know exactly where they are and their,
And they're, I'm gonna find out where they are,
Yeah.
Carl Harris saying, so if you're like $36 short, I'm gonna say you should put it $36
Right.
and get there.
Yeah.
You know, there's 12, I'm gonna find out who might know the 12 members that haven't paid and get them in.
And
That
you
would
can
be
check your record anytime at the Rotary .org
Yeah.
website yourself and see.
My Rotary.
My Rotary, yeah, to see where you are.
If you need any help, I would like to volunteer, reaching out to people and connecting, I feel like that's.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna pick on some
Well,
people here.
that's
Like we don't. I'm already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll
know
do
you
it.
know
And
everything.
We just sit around like, oh, we're $200, we all throw $20 in the hat,
Yeah.
and then we're covered, it's done.
Yeah.
But I'd rather reach out.
Yeah.
And it's so nice, but no.
Lori, wasn't it a couple of years ago that our club matched people who wanted to give to get to that next level?
I understand that, I think. So when our
Good to see you.
kids, like the
Yeah, all right.
then they get kind of.
All
And so those points can be.
right, if there's no other questions. I think the meeting will be adjourned.
Bob, I want to see part two. When we get to part two?
Yeah. It's gonna be probably. 10 to 50, I mean, $10 to $50 million revenue, this will be $1 million. But the Canadian bank. But we bought it.
They are.
So.
My first pair of like.
Canadian culture and
Huh?
investment real estate. No, it's not. BMO hates investment real estate, so we're more into the. I'm more of a.
They are, and then.
Kind of guy, yeah.
And then I went to Marshall. And I found them. It's like, done. And they're my five.
Credit, people that need. Commercial real estate. Yeah, I'll do that.
I do, I know.
And we were talking about the other day, she was, I don't think. Like, you guys do for it. Oh, we have it. I'm gonna come to this.
No.
I think that's actually.
What a pain. Bankers are just a giant pain in the Welcome to my world. And not only do they check your financial things, but your loan is only paid for. Like you're. Well, we knew, well, we just called you.
Way around.
Oh, no, we're not soft little, mortgage lenders. We ultimately, we're evil about it, you know? You see, because we're gonna give good construction, and do all the other stuff and. You can do 10% down on an SBA deal here, so you can do that kind of stuff here. You can do big commercial stuff. You can go around. I mean, I can do kick-ass stuff. It's just the way the market being works. I know. I know.
Sorry about doing that too.
I don't, well, we're on the side and they're going to generate cash flow from it. Go to work. Talk to her all day long. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, absolutely would love to talk to her. It's belly, that's all you want to talk to. And if I can't do it, I'll find somebody else. That's what I feel. Bellingham is a People's Bank mortgage. Because now your bank is up there. That goes for $20 billion, so their pricing is gonna be more like 7%.
Yeah. No, I
The fourth largest commercial bank in North America. It's changed in all the big boys here, but we operate out of Toronto and out of it's different. Now we operate just in the commercial space, like Chicago Bulls Stadium, Dino Stadium.
Okay, so it's good to know, because I have more experience than I do, and I'm just thinking, and sometimes maybe I don't need to do that. Okay, so I will take your advice. And I appreciate.
And then.
Gary takes through the bag stuff.
I'll do all this, if somebody wants to do the computer part, right?
Actually, I was listening to got that gardening actually. Talked about that. One reads yesterday. But yeah, you're still around. Yeah, no, that was my goal. It's like.
Watch the city council meetings on public TV, just because they were. Watching people scream at each other, fight, and the mayor just. Meeting, and just they bring entertainment.